hard to capture, extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifested. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another discussion for Boruto Naruto Next Generations, the manga. And for anime-only fans, this is the time of the month where a lot of the content on the channel is going to be spoiler-heavy, so I thank you for your support. However, with all that being said, though, if you're still here, I'm assuming that you're okay with me talking about spoilers, so I got to keep it real with you guys. I think that now is the time that we need to have the conversation of what happens if Kurama is the one that sacrifices himself for Naruto, and what that means for him in terms of no longer being a Jinchuuriki and losing a majority of the Biju chakra inside of him and only having chakra from the 8 other Biju. Chapter 51, they were saying that, hey, we're in a scenario to where Naruto, by using his power, Naruto's going to cease to exist. And my pushback on it was I was like, okay, well, Kurama's telling Naruto, like, look, man, like, if you use this means that you are going to die. And then when that happened, I said, okay, well, Kurama's just going to be reborn after the fact. And in this new chapter, Kurama lays on just a little bit of extra information. Kurama says, like, hey, you know, with this new transformation, if it goes on for too long and the chakra that I'm molding and the chakra that you mold, at a certain point, it's going to absolutely consume it. And once this happens, it is going to 150,000% be the complete erasure of yourself or myself. This mode is going to end with both of us dying, or when one of us dies, whichever one of those happens first. And that's a huge red flag right there, because that shifts the whole conversation. That's context that we did not have at first by saying either or. They're setting it up. Now I know somebody's like, wait a second, if Kurama ends up saving Naruto by essentially Kurama burning up more of his power before Naruto can actually hit that situation where Naruto's life force ends, that means that Naruto's safe. Yes, you're absolutely right, and that does lead to Kurama actually dying. But this is where I think that there is a difference here. Kurama is giving up his own pure chakra in order to do something like this. If that does happen, this means that Kurama will cease to exist. To use Amado's own expression, it's like putting a sugar cube into water. Eventually it gets completely dissolved. Now, why is this the case? Why am I saying this? Am I overlooking something that was said back in the Naruto manga? And if you're somebody that's thinking that you want to go back and read the Naruto manga, or you want to go back and watch the Naruto anime and kind of look for things that I myself might have personally overlooked, this would be a great opportunity for me to tell you guys that today's video is going to be sponsored by NordVPN. So many of you guys have told me that your country doesn't allow you to read the Boruto manga or watch the anime via official sources like Crunchyroll, but with the VPN you could definitely do so, no problem. Not only that, but if you're somebody like Dinky who's going on certain websites that you probably shouldn't because you're worried that Naruto's going to send the Anbu Black Ops to your front door, a VPN is going to be your answer. Seriously though, I cannot stress enough why NordVPN is so important for you. Just as the Boruto era has everything that is connected via technology, so too is our world, because so much of our lives are lived online and so many of us use apps. With NordVPN, you can safely use public Wi-Fi without having to worry about malware and having your data stolen. Not only that, but not even NordVPN keeps a data log on you. So if you're somebody like Jigen who's planning to create your own divine tree, you can look up those steps and you can hold your secret car meetings online by using a VPN without worrying about anybody spying on you. If anything goes wrong, you have 24 hours, 7 days a week live support, including live chat, and there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you use my link down in the description box as well as in the pinned comment below, you can take advantage of this really awesome Black Friday special that's going on, where every purchase of a 2-year plan will get you an additional 4 months of free. Go to nordvpn.com/Naruto Explained and use my coupon Naruto Explained at the checkout. And I really encourage you guys to not miss out on this really awesome Black Friday inside a deal. I cannot understate how impressive this deal is. And before we get back to the video, I just got to thank NordVPN for sponsoring this video, because without their sponsorship, this video would not be possible. So with that being said, let's move back to the discussion. Now, this is why I think that this could be the situation, because the fact is that this new transformation Naruto has, it creates a new type of energy that directly consumes the chakra. Now, with Biju, the reason why Biju cannot be destroyed is the fact that Biju are pure chakra. You cannot kill chakra. But if you're in a situation where the actual chakra itself is eaten up, you do have a scenario to where the Biju themselves, in this case Kurama, is no longer going to be operational. And if that happens, Kurama very well could be erased out of existence. And when you start talking about balance and everything right now, that could be something that happens. That could be a scenario to where Naruto is freed from the power of Kurama, the power that you could argue for a long time in his life was something that cursed him. And Naruto losing Kurama could be him losing his last link to his parents, because his parents' legacy, Kushina is a Jinchuuriki, Minato's Hokage, that legacy lived on in Naruto through Kurama being sealed inside of him. And so this could truly be a good way to actually have Naruto undergo yet another character arc, because Naruto's story for the most part is done, but this is a great opportunity to have Naruto kind of look himself back into the mirror. This is like with a character like Spider-Man, where Spider-Man loses his powers, or a character like Superman who loses his powers briefly, and he's having to reflect on his own mortality, and he's having to distinguish whether or not if putting on the cape is what makes him a hero, or if it's his actual actions that makes him a hero. It's the same thing here. Naruto not having Kurama's power, that's going to make him substantially weaker, and that is something to where it's going to make Naruto himself have to undergo more personal growth, and I love that. Now, that does not mean that Naruto is going to be a weakling by any stretch of imagination. That's not it, because Naruto still has the chakra from 8 other Biju inside of him. So all this means is that Naruto, he has a small portion of the Sage of Six Paths power currently. Naruto will lose access to that. He will lose access to both halves of the Kyuubi's power that he has, and he would only have small portions of Biju chakra. But because he's a Uzumaki and he has a strong life force, and he's Ashura's reincarnation, Naruto's still going to be significantly stronger than most other shinobi. But now things are starting to make sense. How in the hell would Kawaki be able to seal away somebody as powerful as Naruto? This explains it right here. If Naruto no longer has the power of the full nine-tailed fox, and he no longer has Sage of Six Paths power that he can tap into. That was confirmed in the Shikamaru Shinden novel, by the way, which I'm going to be covering after I finish the Sasuke Shinden novel. But this is a really good opportunity. This is a good opportunity right here to start raising the stakes. And just as Boruto is worried about losing his own existence because of what Momoshiki is doing to him via the Karma Seal, now you're in a situation where if that happens, you've truly raised the stakes, because now you have a countdown. Kawaki has been turned into Isshiki's vessel at some point, and Naruto, the strongest person on the planet, is no longer the strongest person. He can't stand up to this actual threat, and he does not have the actual power to potentially stop his own son from being taken over by Momoshiki. So now you have two Otsutsuki who are incredibly powerful, who are being reborn into bodies that can make them more powerful than they were the very first time, and the only person who can hope to stand up against them will be Sasuke, which means Naruto potentially has to start training. This is very, very good writing if this is the route that they're taking. I am willing to go as far as to say I am going to make a prediction on this. I don't do predictions often. A lot of times I'm making theories on different scenarios that you guys present me, whether or not I think it's a good idea, how it could potentially play out. But I don't always say, hey, I'm gonna stake my hat on this. I'm gonna stake my hat on this. I think that this is a very strong possibility of something that could happen. However, I want to know from you guys, what are you guys' thoughts on this? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching on to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.